Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you haven't already subscribed, just hit that subscribe button down below and come join one of the newest families on YouTube. So guys, today since Corona has decided that I will not be traveling this spring, I'm still going to be bringing you a travel vlog. So my channel is basically based on travel, food and culture. Yes, since Corona has decided that I won't be traveling this spring, I had a trip planned for Nigeria that I had to cancel, but I'm still going to bring you a travel vlog today. I'm going to be speaking about my 3 worst experiences, travel experiences, but let me just put a disclaimer out there. Not because I had a bad experience in a particular country does it mean that I didn't enjoy being in that country. As a matter of fact, one of the experiences that I'm going to share actually happened in one of my favorite African countries to date. So it really has no bearing on the country itself. It's just that things happen, and I probably had like one bad experience or one-off bad experience, all right? But that doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy being in the country. So without further ado, let us get into the countdown. All right. So number 1 on my list has to be Bali. Okay, Bali, Indonesia. So I planned my trip. I'm looking forward to all my activities. And one of the things that I do when I'm planning my trip, and I'll be doing a video on that as well soon, is that I research activities to do. And one of the things that I decided to do in Bali was to go river tubing. Right? It's not river tubing. There's another name for it. White river rafting. Yes, that's it. White river rafting. So I got up very early, dressed up, got ready to go and everything. They picked me up. I got to the river, and they did our briefing. We got our life jackets on, our floaters on, and all of that. And we went in. Now I was in a raft with 2 guys from China. Yeah, they were not Chinese, but they were from China. 2 Caucasian guys who were working in China. So there were 3 of us on the raft. And I was pretty excited. Mind you, I cannot swim. If you watch my vlogs, you know that I cannot swim at all. So anyways, I was there, and we were going on our way peacefully, happily, and there, because we had paid for a photographer as well, and he was by the river banks and whatever, he was taking pics and whatever the case might be. Anyway, we went on our journey rafting, and then we got to this point and we saw another raft that was a part of the company that we were in, and they were stuck. So my guide decided to go closer to help and unlatch them or dislodge them, which is fine, right? But anyways, in doing so, our raft bumped into theirs, and our raft capsized. No. At first, I didn't panic because I have my floaters on. It didn't come to my mind to start panicking as yet. Anyway, it overturned, and I don't know if it was a position that I was in, but that raft was on top of me. And because it was on top of me, even though I had the floaters on, it was pushing me down in the water, and I could not get up, right? Now, when it went for rafting, the current is very strong. Now, listen to me. I thought I was going to die, right? Everybody's trying. I can hear people above me trying to get the raft off me. I'm like, oh God, this is it. I am going to die. And then it just flashed back into my mind, like, before I went on this trip, one of my church mothers, Sister had written on my post on Facebook, Julie, just be careful. Whatever you're doing, just be careful. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. I'm thinking, who's going to tell my mom that I died? Nobody knows where I am. But they know that I'm in Bali, but nobody knows how to get in touch with me or anything like that. Like, who is going to tell my mom that I went to Bali and I drowned? All right, that was the only thing in my mind. No. The raft is still on top of me, and I'm being swept downstream. I'm like, Jesus. But the good thing about it is I did not panic, because I think if I had panicked, it would have been a lot worse, you know? But for some reason, it had to have been the Holy Spirit. Someone was telling me, just keep calm, so I kept as calm as I possibly could, and they eventually got the raft off and got me out of the water. Now that felt as if I was in there for 5 hours, but it probably was less than a minute or two, honestly. So no, I get up, you know, I'm up, I'm scared. Listen to me, remember, I can't swim. I don't want to go back on the raft. We've lost our oars. You know, the poor guy who was with us, he's like, well, he's not showing it, but I could tell that he was like so scared. Like, you know, I almost lost a customer here. But anyways, to the left is a forest. To the right is also a forest. I can't get out. I have to finish it. This was just like, we were just like 20 minutes in, and it was like, and I had paid for a 2.5 hour trip, journey, whatever it is, right? So I still had 2 hours left to go, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't turn back. I just had to go to the end. Listen to me. You know, people say when trouble take you, your kidney is one of the first organs that basically gets affected. You know, when you're scared, you tend to urinate a lot, or some people defecate a lot. But trust me, once I got back on that raft, until we finished that journey, I did not stop peeing. I kid you not. I was constantly peeing. I was so scared. Listen, and I don't scare easily. All right. So that was my first. That would be number one of my list of bad experiences. Trust me, guys. I don't think I want to drown in a foreign land. So that was number one, almost drowning in Bali. Number two, hey, Chideke, hey. I'm going to call this a case of the girl who was always lost. No, I have to give you some background story for this. So I went to China and Singapore when I was in Japan. I want to say it was 2016 May or April when we had Golden Week, right? Now there was this girl, I won't call her name, and she's from the Caribbean. I won't say what island though, but she's from the Caribbean, and she was in the same prefecture as me, but she was in a different city, right? So, you know, she was always complaining how, you know, the other ALTs didn't like her, and she felt so uncomfortable and this and that and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, being from another Caribbean island, you know, and being another black girl, you know, I just always like to stay together with my black people. So I befriended her, you know, I felt pity for her because I felt so sorry for her. I'm like, okay, you know, I know what it's like to be in a strange place, and for me, I make friends easily, and I had my church family that was around me, so I had support in Japan, and I am a bit independent, so, you know, I don't really depend on people, you know, to enjoy myself or anything like that. But she was very stuck on her parents. You know, she claimed people weren't speaking to her, so I could just imagine how lonely it was for her. So taking all of that into consideration, I decided to invite her on my solo trip to China and Singapore. Anyway, we went, and you know, at first it started out okay, and you know, all that good stuff. One of the days we went to the zoo, the Beijing Zoo. And whenever I visit a country, I always take public transportation. I'm not the one to like call, you know, get a private car or whatever, unless it's an environment where that would be more conducive. But I usually like to take the public transportation. And they had a very good subway system, basically. Yeah. So we went on the sub and we got to the zoo, and I kid you not, the zoo is right beside the stop that we got off. Like, it was like a minute's walk from the station to the zoo. Anyways, we went in, and we're going about, we got our tickets and all of that stuff, and then we went to see the pandas, because the really and truly that's what I went there to see, the pandas, because I'm not really into zoos per se. I prefer, you know, safaris and stuff like that. But anyways, I went because I really wanted to see the pandas, so we went there and we were at the enclosure and all that. Now beside the enclosure, the panda enclosure is a gift shop. And I collect souvenirs. Anytime I travel, I collect souvenirs for myself, for friends, family. I'm always collecting things. So I said to her, I'm going to go inside the souvenir shop. Alright? So I'll be back in a second, or you know, you can come in there and meet me. So I went inside, and it's a 2-level store, but it isn't very big. So I went inside and I was looking around and all of that, and I bought whatever, you know, I think I bought 2 items. So I'm there, I didn't see her inside. I'm like, okay, fine, she's probably outside still waiting for me, you know, whatever. So I went outside, and I came out, it's like the store is attached to the panda enclosure at the Beijing Zoo. I went outside and see her, right? So I went back inside, so maybe she went upstairs, not to the upper level, so I went upstairs, didn't see her. Came back downstairs, still did not see her. So I went back outside. You know, I still did not see her. No, at this point, I don't know what to do. I don't have a phone to call her because I didn't have a service on my phone. I didn't have a chip in or anything like that. She had service on her phone because she had paid for roaming. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay. So I'm still walking around. I stood there. I was there looking for maybe like 2 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to see the rest of the zoo. Anyways, I didn't even eat lunch. Honestly, I didn't even eat. I'm still searching for this girl. Can't find her. I went, you know, you have these attendants and you have like it's not customer care, like one of those like meeting points or whatever, people that you can actually go to, you know, if you lose your kid or whatever the case that is. So I actually went to this counter, and I'm saying, okay, I described what she had, and I described her, and they were using like bullhorns or whatever to try and find her. You know, people were driving their cars trying to locate this girl. I had a number that said she was on roaming, so I asked someone to call. They called for me, still nothing. I'm like, where the hell is this girl? Now it's getting late, and the zoo is closing. I'm literally there until the zoo has closed, right? So I'm like, okay, let me go to, there's only one way in and one way out. So I'm like, if I stay there, I will more than likely see her. So I'm there, I'm like, I'm waiting, I'm looking like a mad person, and I'm still not seeing this girl. Anyway, I decided to go home. I'm like, she has a phone, she has the address, she knows where she's going. The guy at the nursing at the hospital, the people at the hospital actually given us a map with showing us what stop to go and where to get off and all that good. So I'm like, she has that. We went through it together, pushed from the shop. She's not a child. This is someone who's almost 30. She's not a child. She can't find her way back home. So I got on, I got on the sub, and I got to my hostel. When I got there, I was hoping that, you know, maybe, you know, she could have found, so she would have left earlier or something. I got there, asked them, you know, if she was there. No, I went into the room, of course she's not there. You know, they called for me, they called her, phone's not going through. Now the people are worried, it's like, should we call the police? But I'm like, you know, I don't know what to do, whatever. Anyways, the lady downstairs said, you know, give it 2 or 3 more hours or something, and then if I still couldn't find her, then they'll contact the police. I'm like, Jesus have mercy. I come a friend and I come to the police station, but I like. Anyways, around 2.5 hours, she sauntered in the room. So I'm like, you know, oh my God, girl, you know, no names. You know, where have you been? I've been searching for you. And then this girl, after having a search on the old place, this girl have arrived for give me attitude, big attitude too, you know. So you give me attitude, no, give me back attitude. That's just me. So I'm like, seriously, girl? After I have been searching high and low for you, you come in with no explanation, and you're going to give me attitude that I left you. I have been searching for you. Where the hell were you? So she was pissed, and I was pissed because she was giving me attitude. So anyway, that is one thing. You know, we got over that, and then it was time for us to go to Singapore. Didn't stop there. We got to Singapore. checked into our hostel. We're still in a hostel again. Checked into our hostel, and we were going to Universal Studios Singapore, right? And we went, we got our tickets and all that good stuff. Anyways, when we got to the entrance of Universal, this girl says she can't find her ticket. She just bought the ticket, though. I kid you not, she just bought it. We bought the tickets and we went to get something to eat or to use the bathroom or something like that. I think it was to use the bathroom. And now we're at the entrance actually show the ticket or scan the ticket to go inside Universal, and she can't find her ticket. So I'm like, what would you have done with it? Now, if you've been to a theme park, you know it's a whole day affair. I am one person who I love going on the rides. I'm standing up in line, so I need all my time to get on the rides, right? So I need all my time inside the park. And then we had paid for a tour on Viator, so the bus had dropped us off, and then they were going to pick us up back at a certain time. And of course, the park is open all day. So we were there. I had to wait outside for this girl to go and find her ticket. She was searching high and low. Of course, she couldn't find it. So she had to end up buying a new ticket from the park itself, because we had actually ordered online from Viator. So anyways, I was so annoyed as hell. So next thing, we're supposed to go to the night safari in Singapore. So they're gonna pick us up at a particular time, right? As a matter of fact, where we're staying, the hostel that we're staying at, they don't pick up there, so we had to walk to a hotel close by, right? She said that she wanted to go to the mall, so I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I like going to the malls too. We went to the supermarket to get some things because it was almost time for us to leave. She said she wanted to go to the bathroom. I was cashing out, so I said to her, okay, go to the bathroom. I'll meet you at the front of the supermarket. Anyways, I came out of the supermarket, and I went to use the bathroom as well. I went upstairs to use one of the bathrooms, and I came back out to the front of the supermarket, and I could not find this girl. You know, I was waiting, watching my time, and it's almost time for us to get to the hotel where they're going to pick us up for the night safari. So I'm waiting, I'm not seeing this girl. I borrowed someone else's phone, called her again, no answer, right? So I decided, I had spent my money for the ticket already, so I decided that I was going to wait longer, right? So I got I think I called a cab. I got a cab, but before I got into the cab, I borrowed someone's phone and I called the hotel that I was supposed to be at to meet the guys who were picking us up for the night safari, to let them know that I was running a little bit late and asking them to just give me a couple more minutes. So the cab came and they dropped me off at that hotel. So when I got there too, I used the phone at the hotel and called her. And she's like, I'm waiting for you right in front of the supermarket. I'm like, no, you were not. I was there for like almost 45 minutes waiting on you and I did not see you. I'm at the hotel. You know what hotel we're supposed to be at, call a cab and come now. So, you know, I was there, the bus that was taking us to the safari actually wasn't meeting us there. They had sent someone to pick us up, and then we we're going to go to the location in Chinatown where everybody would be leaving from. So the guy's there, and he said, you know, I have to leave now, you know, because there are other people waiting, and I don't want the bus to leave you. And I said, please. She said she's on her way, just give me 10 more minutes. He's like, okay, 10 more minutes, but I have to leave, you know. And then he waited for 10 minutes, and then he said, we have to go. And I'm like, sir, please, just 5 more minutes, and then, you know, we'll leave. 5 more minutes, she'll come. The guy's like, no, we have to go now, or else you're going to miss it. I'm like, hell no, I'm not coming to Singapore and missing the night safari. And after all, after spending my money, it was too late to ask for a refund. Hell no. So I went. Hey, Chineke. Again, when I went back to the hostel after the night safari, which I had a splendid time, by the way. If you ever go to Singapore, make sure you go to that night safari. I had a really good time. This girl decided she gonna give me attitude. Me say, but I don't think she was prepared for my tongue. So, yes, I did argue with her. I did. But trust me, it was a trip from hell, because she just constantly kept on getting lost. Then to make matters worse, this girl, when she went back to Japan, went to Facebook and started writing all sorts of things on Facebook. I don't know if she didn't think I was going to see it as a see yes or no, but I did see it. And of course, I had some time on my hands, so I did respond to her. Then one of the girls from the city that she's in reached out to me and said, if I had known that she was a person you were going to China and Singapore, I would have told you no. And she said, actually, no, you see what we were talking about, why we don't get along with her. I'm like, yeah, I definitely see that. She's mad. Yeah, mad as sharp, trust me. And these are just the two minor incidents. Trust me. She lost herself constantly. She was constantly getting lost. I know she had like I don't know, she had bearings issues or something like that, but she was just constantly getting lost. So my number 2 worst travel experience is definitely going to China and Singapore with this girl who was just always getting lost. I felt as if I was a nanny in charge of a small child, and she was almost 30. Bad experience number 3. Alright, bad experience number 3 I would have to say would be Ethiopia. Now again, disclaimer, I love Ethiopia. If you watch my Ethiopia vlogs, you will see and you hear how often I'm saying how beautiful the country is, how friendly the people are. I just said I had a really wonderful time and how organized the trip was. And it was. But there was one bad incident, and that was when I went to Four Sisters restaurant. And I was looking forward to it because when you go on TripAdvisor or any of those loading packs or any of those travel platforms, I'm so sorry, messy. Travel platforms, it's like 5-star. Like everybody's recommending it. That you have to go if you go to Ethiopia, you go to the city, you must go to Four Sisters restaurant. It's the best. Their food is good and all that good stuff. And I'm like, okay, famous restaurant, let me go. Mind you, all before this, I was eating at cheap restaurants and on the streets, and I was quite okay. Clearly, I were quite okay. So we go to Four Sisters, and they, we paid for the buffet and whatever the case might be. And there were so many things. Now, I am not a beef eater. I don't eat red meat. I stick to chicken and fish. That's just it, right? Anyways, no. But through craving, second craving, I decide say, I eat them food. I pay for it, so I eat it. I went to the buffet and I took up everything. I started out, with the things that I knew. I got they had garbanzo beans, and they had lentils and mashed potatoes and some other stuff. I'm like, yeah, the stuff that I'm used to that I will definitely eat. So I had that. Then I went back for seconds. Hey, I decided to go try it. They had lamb chops and they had some other stuff too. And I'm like, okay, it won't kill me, it won't hurt me to try it. So I went, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's something tastes good. Trust me, they mix up the beef and lamb and everything, mix up together, I'm not gonna say something tastes good. So, it was my first meal for the day and I ate it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back for thirds. Hey, and I went back and I packed my plate. And I was eating them food, paid them money, and I was on my way. Now, in the night, I realized I wasn't feeling very well. I felt as if I was having like an acid reflux, or something like that. So I'm like, I feel so. Hey. Anyways, I said no. So I'm gonna wake up clear. I don't feel good. I feel as if, I want to vomit, and Claire said, maybe if you vomit, you'll feel better. Listen to me. I spent all that night in the bathroom. I was vomiting. I had diarrhea. I couldn't sleep. My chest was, everything that could go wrong was going wrong. Poor Claire. I couldn't stand to clean up the vomit. I'm like, I was calling the people at the reception to have their, their cleaning crews come and clean it up. They said the people went home already, and they're not going to come until, was it 7 o'clock? I'm like, I can't stay in this room with all this muck and all that stuff. So poor Claire, because we couldn't do it. Poor Claire was the one who actually had to help to clean all of this up. And as she cleaned, I saw her go again on my vomit. I spent all night vomiting. I was on the board, and then Claire had a mild case of it too. But trust me, I was so weak. And this was my first time like having like food poisoning or or anything like that. And trust me, if you know me, when I am sick, I whine, I am a baby, I am just really disgusting. So I'm pretty sure I frustrated that poor girl that night. But I could hardly walk. Trust me, I was queasy. I couldn't eat anything. Even when I went to Lalibela the next day, trust me, I couldn't have anything. I couldn't have anything at all. I actually had to have our driver stop at a pharmacist in Lalibela, and they gave me something. I had to get some rehydration salts, and they gave me some antibiotics and all that, which I didn't take. But yeah, I didn't put anything in my stomach. I just had like papayas. That was it. That was it. Try and calm myself. For the entire day, all I had was papaya. And then I had to gradually introduce, food the next day. But I was so scared to eat anything else. But that was, the only bad experience that I had in Ethiopia was dining at the Four Sisters restaurant. And I'm pretty sure it was just a bad, a one-off situation because everybody else on TripAdvisor and all those travel platforms said that, it's a place to eat at. And I never felt sick anywhere else in Ethiopia. So, yeah, so those are my 3 worst travel experiences. There were other things, but, nothing to mention. So those were my 3 worst experiences. Almost drowning in Bali, going on a trip with a girl who was always constantly getting lost, and getting food poisoning in Ethiopia. Alright guys, so if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will be putting out another video with my 3 best travel experiences soon. So until then, bye!